All right, hello and welcome to a session of FitEssentials Basics. My name is Shauna. I'll be guiding you through class. I don't think we need a whole lot of equipment today, just a chair if you want to use a chair or like a bench. We're going to be doing some bent over rows a little bit later on, but we're going to go ahead and come on up to our feet to start. We have some footwork after our breathing exercises. Here we go. All right, go ahead and come on up to standing. Recommend if you want to have something to balance on, if you have a chair or stand near a wall. From here, we're going to walk the feet in, so the feet are just underneath the hips. We're going to do our breathing cycles to begin. So soft bend those knees, draw the belly in towards the spine. Breathe in, go ahead and circle the arms around. You're going to bring your forearms and your palms together, and then you're going to gently exhale. Pull yourself into a little ball as you're standing. Chin down to the chest, pull the belly in towards the spine. And then on the inhale, we're going to lift the chest. Squeeze the glutes to support that low back, and then divide your arms. Turn your head up towards the sky. Very good. We're going to do this a total of 3 times. Exhale, tuck it down and in. Pull those elbows into the chest. Blow the air out of the lungs. Inhale, standing tall. Lift up out of your hips. Remember to squeeze the booty. Turn the head to the sky. Very good. One more time. Nice, long, smooth exhale. Draw those elbows down and in. And then lift. Try to breathe in nice and deep. Divide the arms, looking up. Spread the fingers nice and wide also. Very good. This will be our final exhale, and then we'll relax the arms down on the next inhale. Final tuck into the ball, pulling the belly in towards the spine. And on that next inhale, relax the arms down. Come on up to standing. Walk the feet out. Very good. Hands on the hips. Go ahead and circle the hips around. 3 to 5 times one way. And then reverse 3 to 5 the other. Fantastic. From here, feel free to balance onto your chair, or you can take a seat. We're going to warm up our ankles a little bit. So we're going to come up, lifting up out of the hips, draw the shoulders back, lifting one foot off the ground, and make about 5 circles in each direction. Lift the foot and toes, circle it around. Very good. Feel free to set that foot down in between. Keep your hips level. Don't let those hips start to kick out, pulling up and in. Lift the foot back up, and then look to circle the foot the other way. Very good. Set that side down. Same thing, other side. Up and in, drawing everything back. Lift the foot and twirl it around. Hips level here. Good. Rest in between if you need. Otherwise, turn that foot the other way. Normal to feel some clicks and pops in here. We just want to keep all those bones and joints moving. And rest it down. All right, fantastic. From here, you're going to clear a little bit of space. You might want to walk next to the wall for extra balance. I'm going to reset my clock here. But first we're going to do is practice our monster walk. So you want to imagine monsters. We're going to take a nice wide base stance. Get a soft bend in those knees, and then when you're ready, we're going to keep our feet nice and wide, stepping from the heel, rolling forward to that big toe, drawing the belly in to hold strong to the middle, and then you can either stay crouched or stand tall and practice stepping backwards. Follow the foot, you're going to roll back into the heel, lifting the foot, stepping back, follow the foot, rolling back into the heel, 2 to 3 steps on each foot, and then you return to that forward walk. Maybe just a little short crouch. From one foot to the other, try to emphasize really pushing that big toe down as you roll forward, and either staying low or standing tall, 2 to 3 steps backwards on each foot. Very good. Make sure you don't have anything to trip on, and go ahead and rest. And shake it out for a second. When we come back in, now we're going to be doing our walk the line. So draw everything back up and in, and you're just imagining you're on a tightrope. You're going to place one foot directly in front of the other. Keep your shoulders stacked in front of the hips as you lift the foot up and step it forward. So walking that tightrope, shoulders back and down, arms out to the sides. Very good. Nice and control. Trying to step your heel right in front of the toes. Very good. And then as you go backwards, I recommend coming off the tightrope unless you're ready for that challenge, and just a normal step, walking backwards. Very good. Once you get back to your starting position, we're going to do that once more. About 30 seconds left. We're going to walk the line again. One foot in front of the other. Draw the belly in, keep the front of the ribs tucked down and in. Very nice, working that balance. Fantastic. After you walk forward 2 to 3 steps on each foot, then take it back. If you want that extra challenge, if you feel ready for your balance, you can practice that walk the line backwards, where I place the toes right behind the heel, rolling back into the heel. Very good. And take a rest. All right, we're going to do one more round of that, but first we're going to get a little bit of stretching in. So let's open up our hip flexors. You're going to take your left foot, step it back behind. Keep that right foot nice and planted. Right hand on the right hip, left hand's going to come up to that shoulder. We're going to start to reach across the body, shift that back hip forward, and reach your arm across like you're trying to scratch that opposite shoulder, but out in front. Drawing it back, and then again, reaching across, this time a little bit higher. So we're going to reach across about the face height. Breathe in, draw that hand back to the shoulder. Good, that's our pattern. Reach it a little bit higher each time, stretching that side body. Inhale, draw it back. Exhale, up and over. Squeeze the glute of that trail leg. Good, and from here, as you're ready, reaching up and across, coming straight into a side stretch. Down, and then up and across. If you feel stable enough to turn the head up towards the hand, drawing it down one more time, up and across. A nice gentle side stretch for the body, and down and in. Very good. Go ahead and walk that back foot forward. And in between sides, we're going to figure 8 for the hips. So just imagine you're trying to trace a figure 8 of your hips. There you go. Kind of imagine like your belly button leading the charge here, circling through. Very nice. And then now pause and see if you can reverse the directions of that figure 8. It's okay if you don't do it exactly right. We're just trying to get some different movement through the hip, giving a little relief for that low back. Very nice. All righty. From there, now we're going to go same thing, other side. Anchor down towards your front left foot, and now your right foot's going to step back. Left hand on the left hip, right hand's going to come up to that right shoulder, and when you're ready, exhale, reaching across the body, nice and smooth, starting about shoulder height. Inhale, drawing it back and in. Good. Exhale, reach about face height this time, palm down towards the floor. Inhale, draw that shoulder back and in. Very nice. That's our rhythm, reaching a little bit higher. By about the 5th time, we want to start to be reaching up to overhead if your shoulders will allow for that. Long stretch, drawing it back, and when you're ready, a little bit more of a side bend as you reach straight up overhead, looking up at that hand if you feel stable to do so. Beautiful. Down, inhale, exhale, reach. Inhale, lower, one more time. Exhale, reach up and across, peering up, and down and relax. Awesome. Walk that back leg in. Let's practice those figure 8s once again, standing nice and tall. Soft bend those knees, and then here we go. Imagine trying to trace a little figure 8 with the hips. Good. Smile, especially if it feels awkward. Just find a little smooth rhythm here. All right, and then if you can think about trying to switch directions of that figure 8, trying to go in the reverse direction. I'm also questioning myself, did I do it right? All right, very good. Once you're loosened up there, we're gonna go back into one more round through, practicing for a minute each of those monster walks and the walk the line. So stand up nice and tall to start, draw the shoulders back. And then to start that monster walk, we're going to get a little bend in those knees. So you're going to think about being in like a little mini quarter squat. And then from here, we'll take a nice wide base stance, feet a little bit wider than normally would, and rolling from the heel towards the big toe. From the heel, roll forward to the toes. Good. When you go to step backwards, stand up nice and tall. Make sure you feel a little bit more stable to walk backwards. Very good. And then maybe one more time, shoulders back and down, heel rolling forward, trying to really emphasize pushing through that big toe as you step forward. Very good. And then when you're ready, standing tall, heel or ball of the foot first, and then roll back onto those heels as you walk backwards. Very good. All right, relax those arms down, shake it out once you get back to your start. And then final time on the walk the line. Draw everything up and in. Squeeze the shoulders back, reach those arms out for your balance. And then here we go on our imaginary tightrope. One foot right in front of the other. Same idea as those monster walks. We're going to go heel, rolling towards the big toe, drawing the belly up and in, a little bit more focus on the balance. Very good. And then depending upon your confidence with your balance, you can either walk backwards on your imaginary line or keep your feet hip width apart to walk backwards. Just ensure you're safe. Good job. Take about another 30 seconds. So relax those arms down anytime you need. And then we're going to take it back forward. Walk in the line once again. Ribs down and in. Palms forward. Very good. Practicing that footwork. Practicing that balance. Good. And then taking it backwards. About 15 seconds left. Just notice your self-talk. Be kind to yourself as you're practicing these different movements. All right, once you get back to your start, go ahead and shake it out. Grab a drink of water. That's all we're going to do for that first circuit. Just kind of practicing some footwork. Fantastic. Next, we're going to start to move into some activation for the glutes. Get a little bit more of my head on the screen here. So I'd recommend standing by a doorway. Find somewhere that you can steady yourself on. We're going to be doing some standing hip extension to begin. So just some focus on the hips. So I'm going to stand nice and tall right behind my chair. Draw the belly in. And then when I'm ready, I'm going to pick up my left foot. I'm going to point the foot out in front of my other leg. Lift the foot and toes. And then glide it back behind, making sure I don't arch the back. So belly draws in. I'm just trying to squeeze this glute. So I point it forward, lift the foot, glide it back. Squeeze the bum as you extend through the hip. Good, let's go a few more. Point, lift, extend, up, point, lift the foot, and extend straight back. Good, do one more. Forward, up, and straight back. Very nice. Go ahead and set that foot down. Readjust the hips, and then we're going to go same thing other side. So draw everything up and in. Now on your right foot, point the toe in front of your body, lift the foot and toes, glide it back, trying to squeeze the bum. So just try to really squeeze that muscle. Glide it back, extend, fire. Yep, it's going to be a subtle movement here, so just be patient with it. It's not going to feel like a whole lot. And one thing you want to watch is as you glide the foot back, make sure the toes don't rotate away. So the foot should be pointing forward, trying to avoid any kind of rotation through the hip. Maybe one more, set it down, and rest. All right, very nice. Go ahead and give yourself a little bit of space. Make sure you're not going to swing your arms on anything. And then we're going to practice some side steps with an arm swing. So opening through the chest, closing and crossing the arms across the body. Open the arms, squeeze those shoulders back, and then cross it down and in. Good. 20 seconds here. Over and up. Kind of alternate which arm crosses over. And we want to stand tall, really open the chest as I open the arms. Yep. Wake up the muscles of that mid back, pulling those shoulders back and together, closing them down, opening them up, close it down. Good. Let's go. A couple more. Open, close, open, close, and rest. Excellent. All right, so if you feel most comfortable with that standing hip extension, you can stay with that. Otherwise, on the next 2 rounds, we're gonna advance it to where we support the upper body into that like upper push-up position. So what I mean here, those of you that are here live, you've done this with me before. You're gonna support through the hands, walk the feet back. You're gonna start on your left leg. We're gonna draw the knee up towards the arm, and then you're gonna extend the leg straight back, squeezing the glute. Still focus to not arch the back. So when you're ready, breathe in as you draw the knee in, and then exhale as you extend the leg back. Good job. Breathe in, pull the knee towards your chest. Strong support through that upper body. Keeping those arms nice and straight. Good. And then as the leg, so on your right leg, think about lifting up out of that hip as you move this left leg. 1 or 2 more. Draw it in, extend it back. One more time, up and in, and drive it back. Very good. In between sides, let's come on up to standing. Shake it out. We're gonna do a couple good mornings in between legs. So that should have been your left leg that you were working. Soft bend in those knees. Go ahead and cross the arms over your shoulders. Draw the belly button in towards your spine, and we're gonna hinge at the hips, sending those hips back, looking down towards the floor. Push through your feet, squeeze the glutes standing straight up. Good. 3 to 5 here. Tall chest, long spine, over and up. Good. Just practicing this pattern, keeping that soft bend in the knees, but really focusing on hinging like a door hinge at your hips. Good. 1 or 2 more. Bowing down, chin towards the chest. Excellent, ladies. And standing tall. Alrighty. We're going to come back to that hip extension from that upper body support, this time on your right leg. So place those hands down. Walk the feet back. And when you're ready, this time you're going to draw your right knee in towards the chest and then extending it back. Squeeze the glutes. Inhale as you draw the leg in. Exhale as you drive it back. Good. You can think about like pointing that toe. Breathe in, breathe out. Watch the back. If you have any pinch in your back, that tells me that you're just arching too much. So you want to draw that belly in towards the spine as you move through the hip. Good. 1 or 2 more. Pull it up and in. Extend it back. Last one. And rest. Awesome job. Go ahead and come on up to standing. Feel free to grab a drink of water. We're going to practice that side step once again. If you feel pretty stable on that side step, you can start to add a little bit of an imaginary hurdle. So instead of swinging through the arms this time, I'm going to hold my arms out to the side to give a little bit more stability. It doesn't have to be a high hurdle. You just lift that knee up and step it up and across. Good. As you lift the knees, think about lifting the foot and toes. And as we're stepping to the side here, we're stabilizing, pulling up through the hips, squeezing those shoulders back. Nice. Palms are facing forward. There you go. Up and over. Very good. Try to move with control. Setting the foot down softly. Try not to let gravity just pull it down suddenly. Very good. 10 seconds left now. Up and across. Up and back. Last time. Over and back and rest. Woo! All right, fantastic. Before we jump back into those hip extensions, let's give a little bit of a rest those hips. Just kind of rocking those hips side to side. All these little stabilizer muscles are working hard when we're on that single leg support, getting that glute to fire. All right, from here, we're going to make our way back into position. This will be our last time on each leg. We're going to start with your left leg. So soft bend those knees, draw the belly in. Go ahead and place both hands down. And as you come into position, you're going to breathe in as you draw that knee up and in, and then exhale, drive that leg back behind, squeeze the bum, try to breathe in through the nose and gently out through the mouth. Very good. Strong support to the upper body throughout. Looking straight down at those hands. Good. Let's go 1 or 2 more. Pull that knee in, drive it back. Excellent. Last time, really squeeze that glute, extend that hip, and rest. Good job. Come off those hands, shake it out in between sides. And let's add just kind of like a little gliding side stretch here. So I'll reach one arm across and then switch sides, lengthen. Beautiful. Follow the hand with your gaze, looking up. Reach across, glance up. Ah, it feels good. Moving your body. Good. One more time each way. There you go. Reach, stretch, and rest. All right, let's finish this final little bit of hip extensions. So walking up towards your bench, place one hand down and then the other. This time you'll be on your right leg. Walk the feet back. And here we go. Right knee draws into the chest and then extend straight back. Squeeze that glute, trying to get that thigh to be about level to the torso here. Breathing, glide up and in. Strong support to that upper body. Excellent. Great extension, crew. Up and in. Drive it back, keeping those hips moving. We are just over halfway, about 10 seconds left. Breathe. Exhale, extend. Last one. And set it down. Walk it up and in. Fantastic. All right, we're going to do our final time with those lateral stepovers. just as we practice. If you feel like you're not really ready for that lateral step over, you can go back to those arm swings if that feels better for your body. Otherwise, chest tall, arms out to the side, and here we go. Good support, lifting up through that midline, squeezing those shoulders back. All of that's going to help support the balance. Very good. Nice. Shoulders back and down. Watch those shoulders, don't let them start to sink up into those ears or sneak up into those ears. 10 seconds. Picking the knees up, picking the feet up. 3, 2, 1, and all done there. Woo. All right, grab your water. Meet me in the chair. Nice work. We have one more circuit left, but we're gonna take a little bit of time to sit down, give a break off our legs, and get some good stretching in. So let's first help open up that upper body just a little bit here. We're gonna do some mid-back rotations with the upper body. So you're gonna sit nice and tall, make sure you're right up on those sit bones. Go ahead and take your left hand behind the head, drawing that shoulder back. And then you're going to breathe in, draw your belly in towards your spine, bring that elbow across towards the opposite thigh, and then sit tall. Use your right hand gently on the inside of the right knee. Just encourage a little bit more not over pressure, a little bit more rotation, turning the head 5 times each way. Breathe in, draw it across, sit tall, and exhale. Pause in that open position. Hold that position as you stare and look over that elbow. Really inviting that rib cage and that mid back to open. Maybe one more. We're going to do our seated cat-cow in between sides. All right, so for that seated cat-cow, you're going to continue to sit up nice and tall. I'm going to take my hands to the bottom of the thighs, kind of place the hands right over top of my kneecaps. From here, I'm going to roll my shoulders forward, draw that chin down to the chest. I pull my belly in towards the spine. And then when I go to inhale, slide the hands up to like the pockets of your thighs, as if I were wearing some jeans. I pull my shoulders back, turn the head to the sky. 3 to 5 times there, rounding forward, exhale. Lift the chest as you inhale. Sync with your own breathing. Allow this to be a nice opening, relaxing movement for the body. Keeping that spine fluid and mobile. What does Diane say? Motion is lotion. Remember that mantra when you're feeling stiff and maybe you feel like you don't want to move. Remember, motion is lotion. All right, finish that last cycle of cat-cow, and then we're gonna go opposite arm on that seated mid-back rotation. So it should be your left hand. Remember that left hand behind the head. As you sit up nice and tall, breathe in, elbow towards the opposite thigh. Use your left hand on the inside of your left knee. Turn the head and neck. I might have said the wrong hand. This should be your right hand behind the head. Elbow to the opposite thigh, sit tall. Sometimes I'm on point, and then sometimes I get backwards on what I'm telling you and what I'm doing for myself. 5 times total. Breathe in, lowering down with control, sit tall, and turn the head and neck. Maybe one more. Fantastic. Once you finish those rotations, we're going to do like a little modification, kind of like a child's position from the floor. Go ahead and continue to sit on the edge of the chair. Make sure your feet are flat on the ground, but I'm walking my feet out in front of me just a little bit, so I don't have my knees quite at a 90-degree angle. From here, sit tall, draw the belly in, and we're going to slide the hands down the legs, down the shins, lowering the head to the floor, and you're looking to get a gentle stretch in the low back here. So reaching forward, you control how much of a stretch you have there. No need to overstretch. But once you start to feel that nice gentle stretch, send your breathing into that area. Try to direct your breath. Expand where you feel that tension. And then on the exhale, see if you can just sink just a hair closer to the ground. One more breath. Breathe in. Breathe out. On that next inhale, start to walk your hands up the legs. Come on back to seated. Great job. All right, let's do one more stretch before we come back to our feet. Let's start to open our shoulders a little bit more by taking your right hand, reach straight up to overhead, draw the chin in, keep the ribs down and in, bend at that elbow, reaching around for our tricep side bend. So we're going to pull this elbow back. If you feel like you're losing your posture forward, just focus on this position. If you feel pretty stable here, drawing that chin in, you can add a little side bend to it, leaning away from the side you're stretching. Breathe in, elongate, staying tall, and then gently taking it to the side. Good, a couple more. Breathe in, stretch tall, and exhale, gently bend. Last one. Sit tall, and exhale. Very good. Relax those arms down. Shake those arms out. And same thing, other side. Draw the chin back in, this time on your left arm, reaching up high to the sky, bending at the elbow. Good job. Reaching up and around. Sometimes if you can still do this, you take it for granted. So, keep your body moving. Continue to open those shoulders. We need our joints to move in the different ranges that they're available. Keep our shoulders and our joints and our neck, all those different areas open and moving. Good. One or two more. Breathe in to lengthen. Draw that chin back into the chest, bending to the side. All right. Shake those arms out. All right, as we come on back to our feet, we're going to grab a drink of water, and then we're going to warm up for some squatting. We have some squatting and some bent over dumbbell rows. So if you want to have your dumbbells nearby, if you don't have any weights to use, you can just mimic as if you do. But if you do have some light weights or some water bottle, give a little bit more resistance and work on that upper body. All right, so as we mentioned, grab a drink of water, keep your hydration going. Before we jump into those squats, we're going to open up our hips once again. We're going to do a little bit different variation than we did at the start. So we did that side stretch, cross body reach. This time, we're going to go back to that stagger stance. So left foot forward, right foot back, and sink into that right heel. Okay, you have a little bend in both knees. If you're good to reach up to overhead, reach up to overhead. If you're not, cross the arms over the shoulders. Reaching up, stand up tall out of those hips. And then just ever so gently rock that back hip forward. Squeeze the glute, push that back hip open, rock it back, rock it forward, squeeze the glute. And now I want you to rotate your body. Look over towards that left side. Still squeezing the glute on that right leg. And rock back. One more time. Shift that hip forward and then rotate. Turn your body, turn your head, looking over that left shoulder. Very nice. Rotate back and relax those arms down. Beautiful. Walk that back leg in. Same thing on the other side. Standing tall. This time your left foot steps back. Right foot forward. Make sure you're long enough so that right front shin is nice and vertical with the heel planted. Standing tall, we're going to breathe in either over the shoulders or up to overhead. Very nice. Lift up out of those hips. And now we're going to send that back hip forward. Squeeze the glutes. Standing tall. Very good. Rock it back. Rock it forward, squeeze the glute, and now add the rotation. Turn your body towards your right side. Turning the head, looking over that right shoulder. Good. Come back to neutral. Rock the hip back. Rock the hip forward. Lift up. Squeeze that back glute. And one more time. Rotate. Turn the head. Peering over that right shoulder. Beautiful. Relax those arms down. Walk that back foot forward. And making our way into our quad stretch. So I recommend balancing here, pulling up, and best you can, try to reach up, looking to grab that back foot, trying to pull the heel towards your glute. Very good. We'll take about 20 seconds here. Speaking kindly to yourself as you practice this. Make sure you're not locked out on the support leg, so soft bend in the foot that you're standing on. Continue to breathe. And 3, 2, 1. If you have a hold of that foot, go ahead and set it on down. Excellent. Same thing on the opposite side. Place that foot down, lift everything up, reach around, grab that opposite foot. And about 20 seconds here. So soft bend in the support leg. Try to keep those eyes up, looking straight ahead. Very good. 10 more seconds. And 3, 2, 1, and relax that side down. Awesome job. All right, warming up some squats. If you're confident with your squats, you can just reach those hands out. If you're like, yeah, I'm feeling a little bit stiff, a little bit creaky here, let's use something to hold on to, because if you support that upper body, you can usually get deeper into that lower body. Walk those feet about hip width apart. Turn the toes so they're just ever so slightly toed out. You can imagine one foot pointing at 1 o'clock, one foot pointing at 11 o'clock. When you're ready, you're going to keep your chest tall. Push your knees out as you send your hips back, making some space right between your knees, lowering those hips down, and then think about driving your feet straight down to the ground, standing up nice and tall. Very good. We're going to spend about 30 to 45 seconds here warming this motion up. This is our first of 3 rounds. Sinking back. Really think about that downward force into the floor. Beautiful. Reach the arms out, drive the knees wide. Heels stay planted the whole time through. Nice. Maybe one more. Sinking it back, 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 back. Chest up, eyes up, and relax it down. Awesome job. All right. We're going to go into our first bent over row, working with the left hand. So if you have a weight you can use, and then get a weight, bring it on up to your area. Set the feet back behind. You're going to have a soft bend in your knees. It's going to be similar setup to that elevated hip extension we did earlier. Wide handprint on your right hand. Go ahead and grab your weight in the left. 2, 1, here we go. 30 seconds. Hold that elbow nice and high, reaching forward. Chin in. Eyes looking forward at that support hand. And thinking about pausing in the top. So we're squeezing that shoulder blade back and in. Excellent high position. Good. 10 seconds. Breathe in as you reach. Exhale as you roll that elbow nice and high. Maybe one more. Reaching it forward, drawing it up and in, and go ahead and set that down. We're going to do an exercise in between hands. So set that foot down. Come on back up to standing. In between sides, we're going to practice our windmills. So you're going to walk your feet outside the hips. Have a soft bend in those knees. Draw your arms out to the sides, squeezing those shoulder blades. And now for the windmill, you're going to hinge the hips, reaching across the opposite knee. Squeeze the glutes, stand tall. Sit bowing forward, reach across, shoulders back and down. Very nice. 30 seconds here. And depending upon your comfort with this motion, you can reach a little bit farther each time, working on your flexibility. But ideally here, I want you to keep that long spine. So similar to our good mornings and our deadlifts, hips go straight back as you reach across. Nice. 10 seconds. Maybe one more on each side. Back and down. And 3, 2, 1, and rest. Fantastic. Making your way towards that bent over row, this time weight in the right arm. Great job, crew. Walk those feet back. Make sure you're nice and neutral through the belly. Wide handprint now on that left hand. And 3, 2, 1, here we go. Reaching forward with the right. Imagine you've got that imaginary string. I guess that's kind of counterproductive here. Visualize that you have that imaginary string attached to the outside of the elbow. Somebody's hanging up in your ceiling, pulling that elbow nice and high. Good. Reach that arm forward. Draw that elbow up and in. Excellent job. Forward reach. Smooth pull. A couple more. Down and in. Pull it high. One more. Reach forward, up and in, and take a rest. Woo! Good job. Set that weight down. Come on back up to your feet. We're going to do a little bit of blood flow here with our march and punch. So pull those shoulders back, arms up at the elbows. Sorry, hands at the shoulders. And then when you're ready, you're going to pick one knee up, punch across the body. Inhale as you draw the hand. As you punch across. And all those motions we worked on earlier with the balance, that goes into play here too. So practice that balance, lifting up through your midline as you lift that knee and punch across. Good, 10 seconds. Awesome, great high knee position, crew. There you go, great punch, Shirley. Try to time it with that exhale. Last one. And rest. Woo! All right, grab a drink. That's round one. If you want to take a seat for a second, we'll be back for round two here in about 30 seconds. And that was a little bit of a long circuit. So where did we start with all that? We started with the squats. So about 20 seconds, we'll be back for round two, beginning with those squats. If you're feeling pretty comfortable with the squats, if you want to add a little bit of an extra resistance to it, you can hold a weight right underneath the chin. All right, we're going to get started here in about 10 seconds. So if you are still seated, make your way back up to your feet. If you want to shorten your range of motion a little bit, anything going on, you can also squat to the chair and stand from there. Otherwise, 3, 2, 1, here we go. Chest up, eyes looking straight ahead. Drive the knees wide. Push through your feet and stand. Good job. Taking your time, coming down as far as your body will allow you. Full foot stays in contact with the ground. Excellent. Drawing that belly back, pushing those knees wide, sinking down, standing tall. Maybe one more. Back and down, eyes up, chest up. Push through your feet all the way up and rest. Excellent job. Set it down. Getting ready for our bent over row. Left arm. Alrighty, make that nice wide handprint on that right hand. Walk the feet back. Grab that weight in the left hand. 2, 1. Here we go. Elbow high. Exhale as you draw it up and in. Inhale as you reach. Second of 3 rounds here. Holding that neutral position through your spine throughout. So pull the belly in, making sure you're not arching the low back. 10 seconds. Very good. Great high elbow, Shirley. Down and up and rest. Woo! Good job. Coming on up for our windmills. Standing tall, walking those feet just outside the hips. Drawing the arms nice and wide. I'm going to show from the side this time. Soft bend those knees when you're ready. Hinging at the hips, reaching across towards the opposite leg. Squeeze those glutes as you're standing up nice and tall. So a little bit of mobility here, kind of stretching the back of the body as you reach across. And a little bit of some brain exercise. Anytime you reach across the midline of the body, that's a good for our mind, a little bit of a cross crawl pattern. Good. Couple more. Over and up. Long spine, reaching over. Good. Last one. Reach, stand, and rest. All right, we'll take 15 seconds. We'll be back to our second round on the right arm, that bent over row. Hanging in there. Set those feet, draw the belly in, soft bend those knees. 2, 1, and here we go. Reach forward. Remember, you've got your imaginary friend with that invisible string, backside of that elbow, pulling that elbow straight up towards the sky. Excellent. Keeping that shoulder down out of the ear. Good. Nice. Keeping those shoulders moving, keeping that mid back strong. Almost there, maybe 1 or 2 more. Draw it up, reach it forward, and 2, 1, and rest. Excellent. You can either take a rest or continue to stay tall. We've got our march and punch. End of round 2. Shoulders back and down, arms come up to the shoulders. 3, 2, 1, here we go. Good. Lifting up out of those hips as you draw that knee up. Good. A little bit higher punch on that one, Shirley. There you go. Hands up by the shoulders. Nice. Punch high, Laura, not down towards the knees. Up, that's better. Maybe 1 more each side. Open, finish, and done. Woo! All right, let's take a seat before our final round. We're gonna do a little bit of stretching for that mid or low back and shoulders. Nice work. All right, we're gonna do our seated spinal rotation with those shoulder circles. So sitting tall, take your left hand to your right thigh. If you'd like to cross this leg over, you can. Continue to sit tall and then right hand to the right shoulder. Pull your body around, looking over that right shoulder. We're going to make about 10 rotations, up and around, up and back. keeping that shoulder blade moving. And getting a little gentle twist here for the low back. So continue to pull the hand into that thigh, turn the head. Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. And go ahead and rest. In between sides, let's repeat that seated cat-cow we did earlier in the session. So if you were crossing the legs, uncross the legs, hands just over the kneecaps. Draw that chin in, roll those shoulders forward, blow the air out of the lungs, and then when you're ready, inhale, roll the shoulders back, lift the chest. I'm gonna go 5 cycles here. Exhale, roll it forward, chin down. Inhale, lift. Turn that head up towards the sky, lift the chest, open your heart. 3 more. Wonderful job. 2 more. Very good. And final time, shoulders roll forward, hands slide over the knees. And on that inhale, slide the hands back, lift that chest. All righty, let's balance out our body. We need to do that seated twist on the opposite side. So let's see, it's gonna be left hand to the left shoulder, right hand to the left thigh, option to cross that left thigh up and over. Sit nice and tall as you pull across, turn your head as well. And then when you're ready, you're gonna be circling that left elbow. I prefer backward circles, help encourage that shoulder blade to sit back on the rib cage. Breathing in, lengthening through the spine. Exhale, continue to keep that length, but just pull slightly more into that rotation. 2 more breaths. And release. All right, let's grab a drink of water. If you have some energy to go 1 more round, we'll be back to our final round of squats here in about 30 seconds. You can continue to use weights or just use your body weight. Fantastic. 15 seconds till we start. Got 1 more round, squats, bent over rows, and our accessory work in between. You are going to hold some weights. Go ahead and just hold it right up at your shoulders or just underneath the chin. Set the feet. And 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Sinking back, pushing those knees wide, driving through the feet. Very good. Taking it 1 rep at a time. Stay focused. Good. One of the most basic things that we can practice and one of the most common things that we lose the ability to do is to squat down and up. Unfortunate that kids at young ages lose the ability to squat well from sitting in chairs at school. You get to spend some time around any youngsters in your life, you'll see how they just hang out in squats, play with their blocks, whatever they do. Maybe 1 more, everybody. Sitting back, standing tall, and 2, 1, and rest. Bend over rows, left arm, final time. Walk the feet back, draw the belly in, wide handprint with that right hand, and 2, 1, here we go. Pull that elbow straight up towards the sky. Breathe in, reach forward. Exhale, pull it tall. And not really tall, but high. Elbow straight up towards the sky. Beautiful. Breathe in, reach. Exhale, row. Halfway through, another 15 seconds. We want to build the strength in that mid-back. Sometimes it gets a little bit boring, a little bit monotonous. So we do those exercises to keep our body strong and functioning. Last one, reach, pull that elbow high, and take a pause. Woo! Walking it on up, final time of the windmills. Feet nice and wide, draw those arms out to the outside, soft bend in the knees. And then when you're ready, reaching across the body. Nice. Up and across and stretch it back. Very good. Good job. Make sure you stand all the way up before you reach over to the side. There you go. Yep. Standing tall in between. Nice. And over and up. Maybe 1 more on each side. Send those hips straight back, hinging at the hips. Squeezing the shoulders, standing tall. Fantastic. Last one. Over and up and rest. All right, final bent over row. Right arm. Spread that left hand nice and wide. Walk the feet back. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Hold that elbow high. So sink in with your breathing. Exhale as you draw that elbow up, pausing in the top for just a moment. Give a little extra focus to that shoulder blade. Good. Inhale, reach. Exhale, row. Halfway. You feel like your low back's getting a little bit tired here. Keep some attention on that spine, on that abdomen. Pulling the belly in. One more rep. Reach it forward. Draw that elbow up and in. And take a rest. Woo! All right, everybody. You can either sit on down to finish it out, or you can stay standing. We're going to do that march and punch. You can mimic it from seated. So shoulders back, arms up, and 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Lift the knee and foot. Punch the arm. Breathe in. Breathe out as you punch. Good. Staying tall. Lifting up out of those hips. Good. Halfway through. Awesome. Give me one more each side. Last one. And rest. Woo! All right. Give yourself and your fellow friends a round of applause. Grab your water. And actually, I don't want to jump into the chair really quick. I want to open up our upper body a little bit more. Sorry, Laura. I just sat down. Let's, you can make your way to the wall. I'd like to open up your chest a bit before we take a seat. Thank you. Moose. All right, I'm going to use our trusty tree over here. If you have a doorway or even just the wall, I'm going to stretch out the chest. Hi, Moose. All righty, as you come on over, bring your elbow up to about shoulder height. Place that arm against the tree, the wall, wherever you are. If it's the left arm up, step your left foot forward. Just gently lean the chest into it. You want to start to feel an opening on the left side of the chest. And then take your right hand outstretched, rotate away, looking over that shoulder. Breathing here. All right, we're going to stay on this side of the body. Come on out of it. Step your inside leg or the left foot back. And then you're going to step your right foot forward, left foot back, just changing the foot position. But then we're going to do the same thing with the upper body. Lean into it and then rotate away. Just a little bit variation through the hips. Looking over that opposite shoulder. Hi, Moose. And come on off of there. In between arms, go ahead and walk yourself away from the wall. Take both hands, place them against the wall or the doorway about shoulder height, face height. I'm going to Moose lay down right behind me. I'm trying to walk my feet back, and then I'm going to look to lower my chest towards the ground, keeping that mid back, low back flat, drawing the belly in, and just ever so gently lower your chest towards the ground with a nice opening through that mid back. There you go. And when you're ready, come up out of that, walk the feet in, and now we'll make our way to the opposite side. So if you were on your left arm, now we're going to come onto your right side. Nice job. Bring that right arm up to about a 90-degree angle. Place the arm against your wall or doorway. We're going to start with the inside leg forward. Walk it forward, opposite leg back. Pull the ribs down as you lean into that stretch, opening the front of the chest. From here, turn your body away, reaching your opposite arm out, turning the head. Breathing for about 3 breaths here. Very good. Unwind yourself. We're going to switch the legs, but stay on this arm. Walk the inside leg back. Step the outside leg forward. And then from here, lean in, and then same idea, rotate away. Couple of nice deep breaths. All righty, come on to that stretch. And now we'll make our way to the chair. Thanks for hanging in there with me. All right. Just gonna do a couple of stretches. We've got a lot of stretching in this hour, so we're just finishing up with a couple for our hips. As you take a seat, make sure you're sitting right up on your sit bones, feet flat on the ground, and we're going to start with our glute stretch. So let's go ahead and pick up your left leg, see if you can interlace the hands in front of the knee, draw the shoulders back, and now if you're able, you're going to try to cross this leg over that opposite knee. Readjust the hands, readjust the shoulders, and then hug that leg in. So I'm really thinking broad chest here, long neck. Great time, just close the eyes, give the eyes a break from looking at screens, and focus on the breathing. We'll go 3 breaths here, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Good. As you finish those breaths, stay on this side of the body. See if you can grab the ankle of your left foot, pulling it up the thigh just a little bit, and inviting that knee to lower on down. You can take your left hand gently on your left knee. Did it again. And then once again, close the eyes, sit tall, and breathe here. You don't want it to be painful. Just invite that outer hip to open. Still have the crickets singing here. All right, when you're ready, go ahead and make your way out of this stretch, lowering that foot off the opposite thigh, and then we're going to do the same thing on the other leg. So continue to sit tall. This time your right foot, pick it up, interlace those hands in front of the shins, draw those shoulders back, crossing the knee over the leg, readjust the hands, and now you're thinking about hugging that knee across the body. So you're going to try to hug your knee towards your left shoulder, right knee towards your left shoulder. Draw the chin in, close the eyes, breathe 3 times. Good. After 3 breaths there, see if you can grab that right ankle, invite that right knee to lower on down. Gently place the right hand on top of that knee. And then continue to sit tall, draw the chin in, close the eyes, 3 breaths here. Very nice. After you finish those 3 breaths, gradually make your way out of that figure 4, setting both feet on the ground. And we'll just finish with a little bit for the upper body and upper neck. So sitting tall, we're going to lower the chin towards the chest. And then you're going to gently extend the neck back, looking up only as far as you're confident there. Very good. Twice more. This time, as you draw the chin into the chest, you can give a very gentle overpressure on top of the head. Barely touching, looking down, stretching the back of the neck. Good. And as you release there, if you'd like to give a little overpressure as you extend the neck, you can cross the hands over the chest, draw the skin down as you look up. And then back to neutral. Good. We're going to go chin to the chest once more with our slight variation. So I'm continue to sit tall, pull the chin in as you look down. Think about bringing your chin towards your right collarbone. So bring your chin across the body ever so slightly towards your right collarbone. Think about drawing your left shoulder back and down, starting to feel a little bit of a stretch there through the side of the neck. Good. Release that. Come up to neutral. Same thing other side. Pull the chin in, looking down, and then ever so gently bring your chin over towards your left collarbone. And thinking about rotating your right shoulder back and down. Looking down. Just a gentle stretch there along the right side of your neck through those trap area there. And then unwind from there. Good job. And then as we extend, we'll still cross the hands over the chest as you choose. You'll look up ever so gently and then turn your head, like bring your chin over towards your right side. Turn your eyes like you're trying to look over the right corner of your room or your yard. If Feel that in the front of the neck. Good. Pull the chin back to neutral, looking straight ahead. Same thing other side. Draw the chin in first, then gently look up. And now we're going to turn the head towards your left. Bringing the chin over towards the left. Turn the eyes like you're trying to look in the far left corner of your room. Feel that little bit of a stretch in the front of the left side of the neck. And go ahead and release from there. Awesome. All right, and from there, just some gentle circles. 2 to 3 times around. Switch directions when you're ready, 2 to 3 times the other way. Just trying to keep it all moving. Fantastic. All right, and then our final little bit of movement here with breathing. We're going to breathe in, elevate those shoulders up and into the ears. And then on the exhale, pull those shoulder blades back and down, reach those arms out 3 times there. Breathe in, elevate. Exhale, depress, as in depress your shoulders down your spine. Good. Last time, smile, breathe in. And exhale, pull them down. Fantastic. All right, friends and family, thank you so much. Happy to see you. And stay healthy, stay hydrated, and we'll see you again soon.